Hey guys, I'm back and I'm going to answer some questions that you guys have sent in. Rather than answering one question at a time throughout our social media websites, I thought I'd just do a collective video and kick it off that way. So let's get started, shall we? Now, first questions, I should say, from Neon, hopefully I pronounced this properly, Liger. So Neon Liger asks, first question is, my favourite comic book character is Loki. Ryan, what is it like being the only Marvel comic fan in your group? Because I keep hearing, the other guys tease you about it. Yes, they do tease me about it. But yes, to me, it's true, I am pretty much the only guy that likes Marvel. Stuart has read a few Marvel titles, I believe Doctor Strange and Iron Fist, but just so we've got something to talk about. And he does like Spider-Man 2099, and he says that's the only Spider-Man for him.
Damn right.
He says the others are pretty much just shit house. So, but yeah, I find it can be a bit challenging sometimes when people just keep bagging out Marvel, which is their opinion, they're entitled to it. But so basically whenever any Marvel stuff comes up, I suppose I have to be like, well, this is this person or that event, or it pretty much just explains to the group. So that's my job, and I enjoy being a Marvel fan. I do also read DC and independent comics. I'm not just a massive Marvel fanboy. So, but I just grew up with Marvel, and Marvel was just my preference when reading most stuff. Alright, and let's get to they actually sent in 3 questions, but the second question is directed at Stuart, so obviously I can't answer that.
Right, now through the magic of the internet, I'm actually going to be able to intervene right now. So the question that was asked to me is, Stuart, why did you start the channel? Now this is a pretty good question, even though I have a very mediocre answer, and that's because I was bored and I wanted to get my opinions out online, so I could try and find other people that might share my views or even disagree, but just provide, external opinions that I might not have thought of. So that was the primary reason for starting the channel. Also, just between you and me, I needed an outlet and a scapegoat to explain to people why my friends and I are so stupid sometimes. So if I go, hey, we're doing this for a YouTube channel, they go, oh, I understand, that seems like a reasonable explanation, and I can continue being very stupid with little to no consequences.
So, question 3. I know Stuart, Ryan and Chris, but I hear other people in some of your videos. Who are these guys? Now, 2 most likely voices that appear. Matt, sometimes we refer to him as Matt Summer. Basically, he's probably, besides Stuart, is overall the best at fighters in our group. And known for his saltiness. But he's pretty shit stuff falling down. But yeah, good guy. He sometimes, I believe he did the Final Fight videos with Stuart, so check those out if you want to hear more of Matt. And the other guy is Jesse. Now Jesse is pretty much is like sort of the truth teller in our group. Basically, if we all start getting big heads, you cut you down.
Fuck you.
Just bring you back down to earth. But he's a good guy as well. It's very funny. He's like the yin to my yang, if you know what I mean. Not the Street Fighter characters, but sort of polar opposites, yet at the same time not, if you know what I'm talking about. And there's also Macca. Now, Macca is like the artist in the group. He actually drew the Nerd Company Facebook profile picture. Facebook profile picture. He drew that. So he's like the artist in the group. Some would say wants to be like Jeff Hardy. I would say he wants to be like Jeff Hardy. So, an artist like Jeff Hardy. He's also pretty much like the zombie guy. Anything to do with zombies or horror, you go to Mackie, you'd be able to categorise it, be able to tell you everything about it. Also, he's a massive fan of Akuma. Yeah, many times have I been destroyed by his Akuma. And if I do eventually beat his Akuma, it's Oni. Oni comes and just wrecks me. Some of the other questions that I got, someone asked me who's my favourite Ghost Rider. Now, I'd have to say Johnny Blaze is my favourite Ghost Rider because he's the first Ghost Rider that I ever saw. Had like the leather jacket, which I thought was fucking kick-ass. Rode a motorcycle. I'm like, oh, and he's a skeleton on fire. I was like, big thumbs up from me. So Johnny Blaze is my favourite Ghost Rider. And I believe the last question here is, you beat Stuart as Rock. Do you main as him? Or, this is for the Soul Edge game, by the way, if you haven't seen it. Go and watch it, then you will know what this question is about. Yeah, so, you beat Stuart as Rock. Do you main as him, or do you also play other characters? I do also play another character. I'm not quite as good, so that's why you usually see more videos with Rock in it. But yeah, with Song Han, basically the master of the Korean sort of martial arts dojo. I do alright with him. As I said, not as good, and I just prefer to play as Rock because it's pretty kick-ass. Basically like the white giant. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully that answers all your questions. Please keep sending your questions in. I'll do more videos like this and try and answer as many questions at once. But yeah, and I'm really enjoying trying to get back to you guys. So yeah, keep the questions coming. Have a good one. Right now.